Do you want your data to be presented in reports like this, or this? Well, then this is the video for you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we'll be looking at some simple, quick yet insightful automated EDA, that is exploratory data analysis libraries, which can turn your data into beautiful reports as shown. Watch this video till the end to get most out of this. So without wasting any time, let's get started. This video will be real quick, like we'll be going through how can we present or perform automated exploratory data analysis on any of the data we provide. We'll be looking towards three such automated EDA libraries such as Pandas-Profiling, Auto-Viz and Sweet-Viz. We'll be using Google Colab for our coding part. Coming towards the data, we'll be experimenting with data HR analytics, which is available on Kaggle. I'll be providing the link for the same. Our data consists of various factors considered by HR in order to recruit any employee. This data targets to predict who will jump to their next job. This data contains various independent variables such as gender, enrolled university, major discipline, what is the experience, and many such factors. This is a video is only focused on creating automated EDA using the mentioned libraries. Well, let's dive into our coding part now. First of all, we'll start off by reading our data. For that purpose, we'll be importing pandas as PD, followed by pd.readcsv, in which we'll pass on the path in which we have saved our data. I would recommend to create a separate folder in Google Drive in which you can save your data, which can also be used to save our automated EDA HTML files in that folder. We'll also have a quick look at our data using df.head. Well, coming towards the first automated library, that is Pandas-Profiling. Pandas-Profiling is an open source Python module with which we can quickly do EDA with just few lines of code. Besides, it is not just enough to convince us that using this tool also generates interactive reports in web format that can be presented to any person, even if they don't know programming. It also generates a report with all the information easily available. Now for using Python profiling, first we need to download the dependencies, execute !pip.install Python profiling. This will take some 10 to 20 seconds. As I have already downloaded, it's showing requirement already satisfied. Now, when I execute the EDA part, it was popping some errors which are showing some inadequate dependencies. So after some research, I decided to upgrade the library which solved the further issue. Just execute pip install python pandas-profiling upgrade, and also will import profile report from Pandas-Profiling. Let's now create our first automated EDA by executing profile report df, explorative is true, and saving it in variable say profile. I will be keeping exploratory true in order to get more deeper EDA analysis, which will include features for text, that is length distribution, Unicode information, etc. Also files for file size, creation time, and images, in which it will include dimension, exit information, and many more. Now, our Pandas profiling provides us with these important yet insightful features such as an overview of the dataset, the whole dataset, variable properties, interaction of variables, correlation with variables with each other, the sample data, and also the missing values. Since our report has been saved in profile, we will export this report to any of our desired file location. Here I'll be keeping the same location in which I have saved my data. Once it's done, we can have our whole EDA report saved in HTML file, which you can explore and gain insights about the data you give as an input. The report generated contains general overview and different sections for different characteristics of attributes of the dataset. We have our first EDA report generated, which is saved in our Google Drive folder. Now when we open this Pandas profiling report, we get this. You can see this is the overview of our whole data. There's number of variables, the missing cells, Now this is the in detail information about our variables, like considering each independent variable, what are the distinct values, what is the missing values, what is the mean, minimum and maximum values, and what is the memory size. And also they have generated a beautiful graph in which you can have an overview. Now coming below, this is just information in detail about each independent variable. Now over here there is some interaction columns, like how variables are interacted with each other. Also the correlations, they have also generated Pearson's as well as Spearman's correlation, and there are various others as well. Also some information about missing values. This is just represented in different formats, and also the sample data for first and last rows. This was all about creating interesting reports using Pandas profiling. Now coming towards the next interesting library, that is Sweet-Viz. Sweet-Viz is yet another open source Python library that generates beautiful high density visualization to kickstart EDA with just 2 or 3 lines of code. Output is fully self-contained HTML application, same as our previous Pandas profiling output, which will be saved over here in our drive folder. Execute pip install Sweet-Viz to download the library. Well, Sweet-Viz also provides us with an overview of the dataset, variable properties, categorical associations, numerical associations, also most frequent small largest values in numerical features. As you can see, I have already downloaded, so it has installed real quick. We'll import pandas and import Sweet-Viz as SV. Now for generating our reports, we need to pass our data file into sweetviz.analyze our data file, that is df, and finally exporting our report using sweetviz report.showhtml and the path in which we need to save our HTML file. In my case, it's my drive folder in which I've saved my data. Let's execute this. After execution of this particular step, the Sweet-Viz HTML report will be saved in the path you have given in input. And when you open that HTML report, this kind of report will be popped in front of you. Now over here, you will get an overview and information about your data set. You can find the missing values, distinct values, what is the maximum, minimum, median, the quartile ranges for each and every independent variable. For example, if I click on gender, it will tell me how much amount of male and female are there in my data. What are the missing values? Now when I click on associations, it will give the correlation between the data. Coming towards the final part, let's see how can we create automated EDA reports using yet another amazing library called Auto-Viz. Well, Auto-Viz performs automatic visualizations of any data set with just 1 line of code. Auto-Viz can find the most important features and plot impactful visualizations only using those automatically selected features. Also, Auto-Viz is incredibly fast, so it creates visualization within seconds after execution. Now, as usual, we'll need to download the Auto-Viz library. We just simply need to pass pip install Auto-Viz and we execute this now. We'll also download library XLRD, which is used for reading and formatting the data. Now in Auto-Viz, the EDA report will be generated in our notebook itself, while in case of Sweet-Viz and Pandas-Profiling, as you remember, reports were getting generated in separate HTML file. Auto-Viz library generates a report which include overview of the whole dataset, pairwise scatter plot, distribution of continuous variables, distribution of categorical variables, heat maps, and average numerical variable by each categorical one. Now first we'll import Auto-Viz class from autoviz.autoviz class. It's basically like we initialize Auto-Viz class to hold our output charts and visualizations, and then we call our Auto-Viz function to keep our data as input. Now in this case I have given the path for the input file. After executing these steps, we can see that Auto-Viz has plotted all the visuals in notebook itself, and we can see a combination of distance plots, pair plots, probability plots, Boolean plots, heat maps, and many more such insights generated from our data within seconds. Well, this was all from my side. It's so amazing to see how these automating libraries create such insightful and informative EDA reports. Also, they save a lot of time because, as per research, it takes almost 30 to 40% time in plotting visualizations and extracting insights from them. Yet, I would always recommend to rely on both, that is, plotting manual visualizations using our understanding as well as these automated EDA libraries. Well, you don't need to worry about the code. I will be giving the GitHub link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do share your views in the comment section. Explore these libraries with your own data and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Take care and bye bye.